Okay.
Yeah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah, ashhadu la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu Muhammadan Rasulullah, ashhadu Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayla salah, hayla salah, hayla falah, hayla falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Al-Alam Asasa Al-Asim Lalum. Aliyah Laka Ma'alika Ali Ma'um. Welcome to Al Juma. And I could say that it might as well change the calendar. This is no longer 2021. This is year one of the age of Aquarius. And I'm finna get into it right now. But first I'm finna read Surah Kaf. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Al-Kaf. Iyayaka. Al-Ahlala Uklu. Hiyaya. Mu'alala fa. Ta'awawa. Afatu ufifin. La ma'aku. Laha. Lafa. Kawakaf. Kayayafa. Yahi'u. Hayifa. For yeah. It's me. Watch out. This is concerning the truth about the people of the cave and their families. Hasten with speed towards your kinfolk, this celestial being. I'm an intellectual with divine abilities to speak a perfect prayer while worshiping, sounding like music to achieve the goal. Yeah, a promise of pain, set up beautifully. Divine retribution, plagues, loss of property, death, meant for the absent-minded, for forgetting prayer, and the confused who refuse to believe, always complaining, never agreeing on the truth, inconsistent with the rituals, non-compatible, contradictive. Bowing in worship with me is denied to you, along with the coming of the kingdom of the Creator and this message of comfort, of reprimand. Nothing will make you give up your evil ways, just sickness, suffering, sorrow, and death, along with categorization. To the people of the cave, a promise and truth agreed. People of the cave and sodomites, perverse alcoholics, and golems will be cut off entirely until they adapt and fit in and qualify as soon as possible in order to be made ready by getting slimmed down, removing a little, refined with a touch of elegance. Males and females must be circumcised for some protection. Next, this is Al-Jihad. I received a dose of power during Ramadan too. I can see it look a whole lot better now. This Al-Jihad, y'all might as well get ready. That's why I said this is year one of divine retribution. Iyayaka al ya ulu uklu hiyaya ala la ja iltaja la ji'a la ja'a mutahad la hajat ya li jaja la jaja ya ji'u ja'a yujidu jayiyi ajadada yajudu jayiyiduna yujahidu jihad juhdi mujahidun mutahidat jayiyiduna yatajadadadu jadada ajadada jadadat judad judada jidada jadajid yajadididu jidyan GDD Yuyun Naj Yan Judu Najida Yunad Jijidu Nijad Judada Jadada Jahad Yaya Yahad Uk Mahdiii Yuhad Didu At war I at we ya that war ya ni yet we ya do you da we lu that war ya. And in English for the meaning of jihad. It's me. Beware and pay heed. Now you will know for certain everything concerning those cave-dwelling families. Return. Turn and come back. I have all the answers to all of your questions. Relinquish all of your control and elect this celestial being, who is inferior to the Creator, but a superior being within a being compared to mortals on earth, with power magnified through electricity, created to be nothing but a tool that controls energy, or an answering machine receiving voicemail, an effective, single-minded, unemotional machine that detests the disobedient and kills the demons. So go find some shelter, flee, go find some refuge, hide like a turtle in its shell, blind, or in an asylum built for the mentally ill, speaking in your subordinate language, high-pitched sing-along songs. Insist on it. It's called self-preservation. Insist on it, demand it, because you're guilty, responsible for all crimes, or the main perpetrators for sure. It's been a long time coming, ain't it? In order to be better off and succeed, be more liberal and more generous, serious and earnest. You'll grow in numbers and wealth, being of good quality and approvable. Endeavor and strive. Join in the fight against the Jews in a holy war. Join the jihad with all of your power and to the best of your ability. You are the freedom fighters, the warriors in the holy cause. Exerting yourself, striving, and hard work will give you the power for legal decisions that will be able to be confirmed by me. Confirmed and approved. That will be excellent, wouldn't it? You'll be renewed, restored, and mended. Milkless. Drink no animal's milk. Will make you a new person. Be more serious, more earnest, with strength to fight and struggle with a solid wife by your side. On the path, showing gratitude, having communion, giving thanks, passing out dowries, gifts of talents and skills one must know, covering a certain area next to a body of water in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, giving it a rebirth, a renaissance, a dynamic change, as opposed to being stagnant on those old habits and rituals. We bring in a brand new melody, and we sing it the correct way. Like a grasshopper, never sitting still, always on the move, communicating with the other grasshoppers under the cover of darkness. In order to be renewed, cut the camel's udders, cut the milk glands, don't drink it no more. From now on, all young males must be serious, showing zeal and solidity when fighting and struggling for Najd, Saudi Arabia. You must help and assist while sweating, supplying and providing them with the necessities to live a comfortable life in the highlands and those in the plateaus. I hold my same position and rank like former times with the same badge, the one you descended from. I'm your forefather. Get ready and prepared, lost and confused, to be beautiful. Yes, now it to be the truth from me. It's been set up with elegance. Are you prepared? What you desired and been praying for? It's the Mahdiii. I'm hydrated, set up with power, and the truth for certain, with a threat and a warning, and the danger and risk about diseases and ailments coming from taking remedies, vaccinations, medicines, prescriptions, and your heathen spiritual healings, and catching diseases from everything you drink, your water, from your watersheds, alcoholic beverages, the waters in the lakes, the water you drink out the ponds, the water you drink out the rivers, your tobacco, and your beverages, except the water from my buckets. And right here, it's the age of Aquarius. Sharing water from the earth. That's all there is to drink from now on. It's international. Nobody been left out. It's been written. The ink is dried. Everything is contaminated. If you listen to Mahdiii, I was telling you, our water is contaminated. My daughter is blessed, or whatever you want to say. She is fortunate to have parents with some sense. My daughter no longer takes baths in the sink water. I know of one person who done got sick already off the sink water. And it's getting worse. And they didn't tell nobody in the black community. I was over my cousin's house. He stays out what I call Hunkyville, where the white people in the big houses stay. They was going to house to let them know to boil their water. But where it's more black people at, hey, they say drink it. They don't care. So I've been doing that since that happened. That's been my mission. And it's worldwide. So I can tell you, if you're in a place now that has water coming out the ground, you need to sit down and chill out. And for Mahdiii, you and your brothers, like you say, I made a nice brick. Y'all need to build y'all mama house. That's what y'all need to do in Nigeria. In that part of the world, I seen it over there. The people over there sitting down complaining, y'all to get lazy. Y'all got to get up and do something. Your mama's sick and she doing bad. Y'all don't do nothing all day. Build her a house. It don't cost no money. All it costs is some sweat and some backbone. That's it. That's the best way of life. And if you do it right, when it rains, because it's going to rain over there from now on. Because that's one of the black neighborhoods. Hibachi means a neighborhood of black people that descended from Ham. That's what the whole African continent original name was. It's considered a neighborhood of black people. Ham's grandkids. But we got to start paying attention. And now I'm finna do this one because I did it last week. I am a Sanjak. Now I have learned a little bit more. I'm still immature. But I know about what I can do now. The bridge in Memphis was struck by a lightning bolt. That was after the prayer I did after Juma. All of the water pipes in Arkansas cracked when I did the earthquake prayer. Because it's time for their punishment. And like I said, I am emotional when it comes to this. I don't have no share of tears for nobody. Because I have been telling people this story my whole life. I guess they thought I was Chicken Little saying the sky is falling. Well, the sky just fell. And it's finna fall some more. And all y'all gotta do is just watch the weather in America. Hurricanes hit America coming from Africa. All these storms coming from Mexico. And they can't fight against them or nothing. It's tearing them up. I'm finna do Sanjak now because I actually like it because it sounds good. Because I'm supposed to make it like a melody, but pronounce the words right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yasu sa'at sayyiyun sawiya sawawa tasawi taswiya istawa istiwa'i wala siyama yatasanana nasa sawani sunini yuyunu sani sininu yusinunu tasanana yasunu now why, you now we, now we, now why, yeah we, now why, now yet, ni yet, Yunji, Manju, Manjan, Najan, Munajajan, Jin, Yaji, Uk, Ku, War, La, Ho, La, War, La, Ku, War, Ta, E, La, Be, La, Ha, Call we, you call we, yeah, tag, call, yeah, ooh. And this is the meaning. Tell you what, I got a lot of pages. Sandjack, since you do injustice by causing harm to all living creatures and showing how miserable you really are, worthy of abhorrence, a thing evil, omen, odious to the utmost degree, detestable, loathsome, hateful, in order to be equal on a balanced playing field, with equal rights with the rest of us, there must be reconciliation concerning your actions are dangerously affecting the tropical rainforest and all of its inhabitants, from the people to the animals. You need to bow and fast. Promise to bow and worship and fast, especially if you plan to keep on living and grow to a nice old age. Find the ability to retrieve water from the ground, like me. Promise to do it before noon, like me. Follow my sunnah in order for you to become exalted all year round without missing a beat. In order for you to be of any use, follow the sunnah of the sandjack by noon. By agreeing to follow it, it will sharpen, mold, shape, and form you like an institution of the highest knowledge in order to be appointed as officers. Laws, regulations, and guidelines must be acquired. In order to be a minister, the book must be followed as a process until all of the tasks are completed. I'm separate, apart, different. But at noon, you can see me, yes. I am black. I'm a black, inexperienced prophet who's uncorrected and strongly expressed, unmasked. If I intend to do any physical hostility to those who harm all living creatures in the rainforest and anywhere, I can charge up my molecules by the will of the Creator. My protons and neutrons have been split in half to produce nuclear power, atomic energy, nuclear fusion, and explosion, releasing a radioactive decay. It's only meant to bring an end to an entire species in a different place where I'm not at. When it's visualized in my mind and conceived, I'm to ponder over it in order to intensify with strength and to bring down the reckoning. It's only meant to bring an end to an entire species of life. Distant from me, I'm to be in a different location, somewhere else, with all my seeds and fruits, my family. Indeed, intended, think about it. This resolution comes with a strong will and determination to resolve the matter at hand. Use this statement, study the symbols, then separate to a degree. As soon as the right chord is hit harmonizing, progress. The outcome is clear. Boom. Yes, at noon, no weapon. Go get your weapon, yeah, in order to save yourselves. Yes, at noon, go get your weapons. Yes, think survival of the fittest. Find some refuge or sanctuary. Get hydrated at noon and get your weapons. Weaponize yourselves at noon to save your hides. Pray at noon. Call on your Savior. Your Savior is your weapons of mass destruction. You know those weapons you use to take over the same rainforest and kill the inhabitants of the rainforest and the indigenous peoples all over this planet. You killed. I've been authorized and given power and ability to coerce, influence, and control energy. With energy with enough strength to transfer it magnified, releasing a force internal and external, responding to any unwanted prick, poke, or jab will make me radiate a luminous intensity that will cause an earthquake, and I'll be the epicenter. Because I believe in bowing in worship, for neighborhoods of blacks to promise to bow and worship, promise to bow and worship, repeated, bowing in worship, for neighborhoods of blacks to promise to bow and worship, promise to bow and worship, repeating word for word, promise, promise, to eat with elegance, then leave, moving with speed, coming back, bowing in worship, with elegance and beauty. Will increase my faith and make me stronger, supported, reinforced, and endowed with the powers that are amplified. Repeat word for word, like a bird feeding its young. Supported, reinforced, and endowed with powers that are amplified from the Creator. Now, read about the flag. Like I said, this is year one. This is year one of a whole new era. The time, the end of the Gentiles. When they always said they prayed for the coming of the kingdom of God, it's coming. It's here. But it got to be some reckoning. Because everybody don't believe the right stuff. Bismillah, rock, man, near rahim. By rock. Yeah, boo, bah, bata, yeah, be to. Bu'ayat, Yabra'uk, Yubar, Hinu, Yafturu, Futur, Yahluku, Yukaliliku, Kalakar, Kuluk, Aklak, Bara'at, Barara, 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 Tabarara, Tabarara, Barara, Barara, Yabruku, Yabruku, Bark, Bark, Barki, Yayat, Barki, Yayat, Ra'ad, Barara, Barara, Ya Isu, You Ya Sisi Ru, You Kinu, Yakin, Yakin, Ra'ai, Yadrai, You Adririku, You Adririku, Adrikar, Adrikar, Tarkuwa, Tarkuwa, Yad Rakar, Yad Rakar, You Raw Kiki, You Raw Kiki, Yuriku, Yuriku, You Raw Wee Ku, You Raw Wee Ku, Ruru Knock, Ruru Knock, Raw Yeek, Raw Yeek. You call wee, you call wee, call wee, call wee, la, how la, walla, call wee, ta, la, be la, ha, call wee, you call wee, yeah, ta, call, yeah, oop, yeah, ta, call, yeah, oop. How you like that, Daddy?
Good. Anyone this part now?
Okay, I got to read what it says in English. And the English meaning of bayrak or standards or flag. Come if knowing the truth really concerns you. I promise to be precise, hydrating the cashmeres, the ones who are lost and confused. Come, I'll translate excellent passages, being impressive with elegance. Come, I ensure victories and greatness by being precise, without a doubt, continuously, non-stop, and unconditionally. Come, you will be free of sin. Envision it as the truth, no confusion. I'll produce with raw materials, manifest, design, make, and invoke whatever it takes to achieve the goal. As evidence and proof that it's the truth, come, I'll be ready at noon, endowing with gifts of talents and skills and proficiency one must know to fulfill oaths, covenants, contracts, and marriage oaths. Dowry, starting a new fashion, plus ending all taxes on non-Muslims, all forms of feudal tenure. If you seek the truth concerning me, I'm fit, and I repeat all that's revealed to me word for word. If you seek the truth concerning eliminating offensive smells, bow, worship, repeat word for word. If you seek the truth concerning eliminating offensive smells, bow and worship, repeat word for word. All the people in creation were born with inherited qualities like manners, morals, bravery, refinement, and religion. Different temperaments, moral to character, principles, and humor. A patent number called fingerprints and toe prints, intelligence, and a driver's license. Your skin color, which gives you the permission to go and leave anywhere and do what you want to do. How to be respectful, reverent, pious, and how to justify between right and wrong, and how to do good. I'll set up charitable organizations. I'll perform, execute, and confirm by fulfilling my oath to overcome, to be refractory, and subdue the enemy by surpassing all obstacles, by basing my character and all my endeavors on piety. Do good to the lost and confused as I do unto you. We shall all practice mutual kindness, will give us exceptional moral worth, which we rightly deserve, from being different. If the truth concerns you, come to envision it, I'll invoke lightning bolts, electric power, sent out like a message over a long-distance telegraph wire, accompanied by the crashing sound of rolling thunder, meant as a punishment for the deviators and deceivers, and meant to strengthen those with the truth who lost hope and almost gave up hope. So now you know with the truth and accept what's to come, reality. The truth will make things less complex, effortless, easy, for sure, without a doubt. I'll repeat every word for word at noon. Envision it in your mind. Anything concerning the truth. If you dream about it like a premonition of a future outcome, will have you sleepless and insomniac up all night, being elevated, promoted with the truth. Envision it, repeat it word for word. To a higher position, being able to express oneself through ideas, thoughts, desires, and the ability to reveal, clarifying, straining, and filtering through the nonsense to get to the truth. Triumphant, a period of success, popularity, and power. First in importance, degree, and rank. It's a time for freshness and vigor, and strength enhanced with the power, and authority with the severity of an earthquake. With me as the epicenter, by believing, meeting requirements by bowing and worshiping, for neighborhoods of descendants of Ham, to promise to bow and worship. Promise to bow and worship, repeating it word for word. Meeting requirements by bowing and worshiping, for neighborhoods of descendants of Ham, to promise to bow and worship. Promise to bow and worship, repeating it word for word. Promise, the lost and confused ones. To get ready, prepared, moving with speed, come, bow and worship, meeting your requirements. Beautiful with a touch of elegance is how it will be set up. Repeat it word for word, increase me, will and strength when it concerning the truth. Supported by the truth, reinforced and endowed with the power amplified. When it's concerning the truth and those who are lost and confused, repeat word for word. When it's concerning the truth, be priced and ready to hydrate those in Kashmir who are lost and confused. Repeat word for word. So I'm going to repeat this in word for word. Now, like I said, watch the news tonight. We're going to get a lightning storm. We did it last time. But like I said, I done got better now. So I'm really finna try to hit this one and hit the right note. This is let you know. And I know my wife and all the people I know, they know what's going on. Bismillah, here, raw, man, near, raw, him. Bay, rock. Yeah, boo, bad, yeah, be too. Bu'ayat, yet ra'ut, yubahinu, yafturu, futur, yahluku, yukoliliku, kalaka, kuluk, aklak, bara'at, barara, 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 mabarara, abarara, tabarara, tabarara, barara, yabruku, barara, yabruku, bark, barkiyayat, barkiyayat, ra'at, bararok, ya'isu, yasisiru, yukinu, yakin, ra'ai, yadrai, you adririku, I recall, tarkuwa, yadrokar, you raw kiki, yuriku, you raw wiwiku, runak, raw yiyik, you call wee, call wee yee, la hawla wala, call wee ta, la bi la ha, la hawla wala, call wee ta, la bi la ha, call wee yee, you call wee, yeah, te call, yeah, ooh, yeah, te call, yeah, ooh. With that, I'd like to end the first part of Juma. Assalamu alaikum. Okay.
This better be short.
And about the change of the direction of the Qibla. The Quran is a time machine. It tells the past, the present, and the future. The majority of the stories in the Quran haven't even happened yet. That's why a lot of people who know what's going on, when they know the time was coming to change Qiblas. It's like the brother Ahmed, Alexander Ahmed. He can see how you say salawatu, so his eyes is open. Brother Talibin, the brother who started his journey with me back in the 80s, the Quran corrected him. He was made to read like the angel spoils him, and he spoke it right. Now his eyes is open. So it's like, it's people that are waking up. And that's good because that's what's meant to happen. And my brother Beatty over there in Guinea, keep on reading. All of y'all. All of y'all keep Musti, start practicing your Arabic. Because like I tell people over here, I don't teach grown people Arabic alphabet. A grown person's supposed to know the alphabet. You can read. I teach children the alphabet because they are fresh mind, like putting seeds in brand new dirt. But if an adult is 20, 30, 40 years old and they don't know the alphabet, they need to tighten up. And it's not that hard. My wife just coming into Islam and she getting it. So I know people that say they've been Muslim for 20, 30 years don't know the alphabet. Something ain't right. And I know they can't know the real alphabet, but just not to know none of it. That's not part of Al-Islam. This was not revealed in English, in a subordinate language. But there's one more that I must read, and this is for all of those neighborhood descendants of Ham. Wait, no, I got one more. About the rain. Yeah. But this is another one. And I'm reading these because, like I said, I'm like a tool. This is what I was put here for. All the people who listen to this and go listen to it, this is meant to protect and put smiles on the faces of all of those people who descended from believers. It's like I told Taliban's daddy, I should have told him he owed 2 rakahs because he never had chicken pox. See, people in other countries don't even know what that is. That's a crazy, nasty disease over here in America. But when you have chicken pox and diseases, that shows that your lineage was catching divine retribution. That shows that your ancestors were basically assholes back in the day. They crossed the lines and they got hit with whatever plague came out at that time. And it comes down during generations. And I said, you are blessed, bro. I said, we might be related from the same tribe. And at that, when it comes to mating and picking a wife or a husband, you do not suppose, and that's what a Gentile is. A Gentile is not a European. They are the jinn. A Gentile is a mixed breed or a red-skinned African American. Because they have the jinn blood in them. When you look at them, you don't know what you're looking at. If you're looking at it, is this a brother or is this a crazy white person? You don't know what you're looking at. And most of them have the nose like the European. And they have the hair like the European, but they have a little tan. And most of the time, they act worse than the European. So they made their own little middle community. You can deal with the white man. We already know how they're going to act, but when it comes to that middle group, that's the Gentiles. That's the wildest bunch. That's the Surah and the Jinn. That's them. Some of them believe, but most of them do not believe. And they will motivate the white man into violence against the black people. Like they do it. Our vice president is one. That's why I'm finna read this. For people like that. I'm letting loose all that I can. And I was gonna wait till my son get here. But I know my son is protected. He's my son. Just like my daughter. But this is one right here. And do damn. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Iyayaka ya ani anana muta'annini ta'annana yan I nada nadwa you nada do da wayani daidan ya e wa dai you wa do the wa yani adana medyum din mutadayin adna yan I and do then. It's me. Come draw near from whatever location you live at. Be unhurried. Be careful, easy and going. With some manners. Do it without haste and be precise. This is freedom. I'm different. I stand apart. This is an invitation for us to meet each other and discuss your divine retribution. And for me to invoke a curse of sickness, illness, and diseases, which probably going to lead to death because you do not believe and you're disobedient, affecting them when they wish for or pray for or strive for anything concerning their holy days, their religious days, their culture, the hip-hop culture, sports, arts and entertainment, perverted lust, and their habits of killing, taking, raping, and pillaging, etc. A promise not to be broken, a solemn oath to take blood with from them every time they congregate in fellowship from their offspring through sickness, illness, and diseases. You're declared guilty, condemned, considered contemptible for not submitting to an obligated code of conduct based on decisions of morals, ethics, and judgments, decrees and rulings meant for the pious and devout. But since you live as worthless cowards, leave this land. Leave Little Rock first. We're going to start with here today. And all other lands where you colonize the people, separate yourselves. You were never invited. The time of the Gentile this is the year right here. I got one more for y'all. Liwa Annie. Bismillah, here, raw rock man, near raw rahim. Yahweh, 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 la yin, na, wa I, tau I, we, ye, ow, ya, you are you I, wa I, I na, you I, ye nu, and ya inu, muta aninin, I na ya, Jesus, Jude wall. Yan fusu na fall sad walk iyayaka ana you ayinu and ya inu muta anene yan I Liwan. Bow in worship. Bowing in worship while changing notes smoothly around a water reservoir as a servant fulfilling a promise, the truth concerning me and my family. Bowing in worship while changing notes smoothly around a water reservoir as a servant fulfilling a promise, the truth concerning me and my family. Bowing in worship while changing notes smoothly around a water reservoir as a servant fulfilling a promise, the truth concerning me and my family. Bowing in worship while changing notes smoothly around a water reservoir as a servant fulfilling a promise, the truth concerning me and my family. Being agreeable, whole, polite, and respectful. We're like a palm tree producing fresh, sweet dates. A promise by me, an oath. Being precise and hydrating the lost and confused in Kashmir. A vow to fulfill for being bestowed this promise, awareness, along with enlightenment, and the ability to contain, store, protect, and transport pure drinking water, the water of religion, and knowledge, and being made aware, fully informed, understanding and able to memorize easily, being able to make people conscious and enlightened from warning them about matters concerning sex, and being able to awaken the unconscious, and for being a being in itself, and for being a being within itself, who's been bestowed the origins of negotiation and destruction. It's me, beware concerning the truth about the people of the cave. It's me, beware. Pay attention. It's concerning the truth about the people of the cave. Wherever I'm at and wherever I'm able to heat up and separate and split my atoms and molecules, a new atomic species of war. When the time comes near, I'll be laid back, easy going. When the evil ones see me with their two eyes, with weapons intended for me, Sanjak, spying that a spring of water is a weapon of power. It's priceless. At noon, they will return and comfort to their souls and their nature. It will humble them from being lost and confused. It's me, beware concerning the truth about the people of the cave. Wherever I'm at or wherever I'm able to heat up and split my atoms and molecules, a new species of atomic war. When the time comes near, I'll be unhurried, easygoing, and laid back. Separated, I'm a being within a being. And believe it or not, this stuff I'm reading tonight, my wife will tell I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna heat up. And everything I ate gonna get ionized. And it's gonna come out green. It might last for 2 days. But when I be doing my little stuff I do, I cut grass. I get tired. I'm gonna let you hear what I say, and this gives me all the energy in the world. At that wall too, yeshad ukmeshu iyaki. At that wall too, at that you she do, yes to do. At that wall too, and nan muta and nin and nan la ila lahu. At that wall to yasha ukmeshu iyaki. At that wall to at that you she do, yes to do. At that wall to and muta and nin and am. Meha hamida medada rosel asela sao el la ila lahu. If you believe in that, you can move them out. Like I said, for Muhammad, that's right, and it worked. I made some stuff happen yesterday. It spooked me. If I didn't know me, I would be scared of me. I ain't gonna even lie. I went to cut some grass. I had parked my lawnmower on the hill and turned around. It was rolling to the people's neighbor's house. And I wheeled it to stop. And it did not hit their house. I had to go sit in. I didn't get in the car. I opened up the car and sat on the floor in front of the front seat and laid across it. And called my wife. Then I called my mom. Then I called my son. Because I had to tell everybody. I said, I ain't going crazy. But I know it stopped. And the kids next door sinking. They just kept playing though, because they listened to my conversation. So, hey, I hope everybody's paying attention. If you're a Muslim, whatever you call yourself, you believe, read your Quran and separate yourselves. And another thing, on Sundays, we are supposed to practice total confinement on Sundays. Total confinement. That means don't go nowhere around no Christians, because I'm releasing plagues on Christians. Y'all, let me see how it goes. We're going to do it right now. That's why I say read calf. Read calf every Friday. That's what calf is for. All this stuff is meant for a reason. Iyaki, alala, uklu, hiya, mu, alala, for. Ta'awawa, for to ufitin, la aku, la for, kawai, ya for, ya hi for, ya. That's how it's supposed to sound good. See, that's why I'm going to let you know, and this is working. Look at Europe. They can't get away from coronavirus. And I think India, the way they suffering, see, this is only affecting certain people. So this is the definition of the people who catch a hell right now. It's me, watch out. This is concerning the truth about the people of the cave and their descendants and their families and their friends. Hasten with speed towards your kinfolk, this celestial being. I'm an intellectual with divine abilities to speak the perfect salawat to while worshiping, sounding like music to achieve my goal with a melody. Yeah, a promise of pain set up beautifully with elegance. Divine retribution. Add fad to divine retribution. Plagues, loss of property, death. Meant for the absent-minded, for forgetting prayer, and the confused who refuse to believe. Y'all hear what that's meant for? Add fad to, do you fit in this? Or do the countries who catching the most HELL fit this description? It's two of them. Add fad to, then fin, divine retribution, plagues, loss of property, death, meant for the absent-minded, for forgetting salawatu. How can you call me 50, 60 times in one day? Because you don't pray. And the confused who refuse to believe in the truth. Always complaining. Always complaining. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all catch your hell, y'all always complain when it's time to do something. Never agreeing on the truth. Always got a comeback. I know some dudes like that now. They being debased. They being debased right now. I can't even see it because they just used to catching hell. Inconsistent with the rituals. Brothers down here, they don't even know what a sutra is. These are Nation Islam dudes. They've made up a different call of prayer. They got people's pictures in there what they call their so-called masajda because it ain't a masjid. And not compatible, contradictory. Bow and worship with me is denied to y'all. That's why I haven't visited y'all so-called masajdas or masjids in Little Rock. Let me read it again. Add far to ufifin la mal add ku. Divine retribution, plagues, loss of property, death, meant for the absent-minded fools who don't pray, and the confused who refuse to believe the truth. They catching it. Always complaining, never agreeing on the truth. They know it's the truth and they won't follow it. So many people, my family say, I know it's the truth, Stephen, but this and this, they gonna catch it. Inconsistent with the rituals. Will not say Allahu Akbar right. If y'all in y'all country, y'all got your kids up there saying that other word, you gonna catch it because you sound like a 19th century barbaric fool doing a pornographic speech because you don't know what you're saying is blasphemy. Bow and worship with me is denied to you. Along with the coming of the kingdom of God, that's what y'all call it. That's this. And this message of comfort and reprimand. You don't get none of that. Nothing will be given to you to mend your evil ways. Just sickness, suffering, sorrow, and death. That's left far. That's what y'all gonna get. And you can say, well, how can you be like that? I ain't seen nobody protest when they kill black people. They just had a little white baby in New York get shot. They gave the baby a parade. I didn't want the baby to die, but they gave the baby a parade. All the little white stars that came and kissed the baby. Ain't nobody did that for no nigga yet. So that's what I'm talking about right there. And now you got the black people who love the little white people. They like, well, you can't think like that, but you can go with them. That's what's going to happen anyway, because this is the truth. Y'all can take the Bibles and burn them. You can use it for toilet paper because it don't matter no more. All the stuff y'all doing now don't matter no more. It's a waste of time. Unless you bow and worship and make salat in a new direction with a new melody. Stop them old rituals, especially you Christ worshipers. There is no word in the Quran for Jesus Christ. The word Nasara, that's what they would call a Nazarite. They in Nigeria. There is no word in the Quran for a Christian. So y'all, if your word ain't in the Quran, what do that mean y'all get? Nothing. Jesus That word is not in the Quran. Isa means it's me, Sanjay. Look at the alphabet, it's on the internet. Isa means it's me, Sanjay. Mary was my grandmama. See, you can't read Arabic. That's crazy. And there's no word for Christian in the Quran. So y'all ain't even in the book of life. Y'all done picked a side that don't grow no grass, like my man Field on the other side of that fence. But that religion y'all follow ain't even in the most important book in the creation. So if your religion ain't in there, y'all ain't in there. And that's the majority of people in America. That's why we gonna finna hit them like this. I was sent with authority to reckon, to be an unemotional. I'm finna understand, to be an unemotional machine when it comes to following the truth. I can say I be like that, but I had to stop sometime with that because my wife said I act like a machine sometimes. I know I do, but I can't help it. I get them whatever it's come to me, and that's what I do. But I don't mind doing what I'm doing now. I always wanted. I used to always pray that I want to be here when the end of the Gentiles come. I didn't know I'd be the one kicking it off. That make it even better. Because as far as I'm concerned, they deserve it. The Gentiles, the mixed breeds, and the gens. But the Gentiles really, because they backstabbers. Their ancestors black, they're like mine. And they'll tell me they ain't black. So, roll with the crackers. Let's get the call and prayer, baby. And all the people out there who believe, keep on believing. And it's just getting started. For them people that's fighting over there in Israel, them brothers, I seen them. That man from Palestine, he said, this is the last war. They not going to fight. They not stopping until they get them out of their land. That's all this prayer too. See, they being juiced up too. And I know they got some fresh water over there. Drink it and get hydrated. And you'll be a weapon. That's right. Assalamu alaikum.